Meet the Japanese Empire, an infamous military whose major conquest to glory was short-lived before the end of the Second World War. The Japanese Empire spun the block at the US Naval Base in Hawaii called the Pearl Harbour after they dropped a brutal diss song on the US President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the Boondocks. This diss song erased nearly 2,500 Americans, crushed nearly 200 aircraft, and sunk 21 US ships after peaking at #1 in the Billboard Hot 100. The Japanese were crip walking above their graves like a college frat party after they played the Boondocks at least 6 times. FDR had enough of being disrespected on the international stage, then declared war on Japan, Italy, and Nazi Germany the day after. He then called the leaders of the US Army and ordered them to search a rapper worthy of giving smoke to the Japanese Empire after the notorious release dates of their album, The Rising Sun. That album cover raised more red flags than all of Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriends. So, the US Army traveled to the headquarters of Black Air Force Energy, associated with TJ the Champ, Blank Boy, codenamed Super, and the Clutch Squad to approve Oppenheimer as the #1 draft pick of the summer. Man penned a lucrative contract with the sniper that gave him creative control over all songs, and headed straight to the studio booth in New Mexico after he brought a squad of world-renowned scientists for new features. Oppenheimer played no games at all. He tanked a whole snow bunny, bumped her with 3 kids, and kept his side baddie on speed dial whenever he lost control of himself. He better than me for real. You give the man the world, he finna give you the universe. So, Oppenheimer and all them scientists finished about 10 songs on their album with Caspers and AK-47s in the span of a year, and needed 2 more hit songs to complete them. Took him 3 more years to finish those 2, and it nearly turned him into homicidal Eminem with Heavy Artillery. He tested the first song, and it smacked the dust out of his mic. Oppenheimer believed this one as heat, but his scientists told him that his punchlines didn't land.
Let's cut this shit off, bro.
I gotta
cut the shit the fuck off.
What is it?
Bro, what is he doing?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Land? What do you mean it didn't land?
Yo, what's up?
Hey, you gonna have to come harder, bro. I ain't really feeling that, bro. Bro, like, come on, I paid you for that, bro. Please, come on, man. You gonna have to do something, bro. You got to...
I got one ready. It's all good. I got one ready. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
How you got another one ready already?
Yeah, I already got one ready. It's all good. I got you.
Oppenheimer returned to the booth the next day while everyone was asleep. Spent 30 minutes of the song he had nightmares about and destroyed the mic completely. Them scientists woke up thinking the booth was on fire but almost got choked by the smoke they got from him. Then Oppenheimer said,
I'm chosen.
Some scientists told him, nah bro, we left the atoms on auto record so the song is finished. Good. Aren't we finishing the final one? We got money to make. And Chris Nolan doesn't like making movies about us that are longer than 3 hours. Bet. So they hit the radioactive showers, clean themselves up with handmade uranium towels, and return to the booth. At their arrival, DJ Alberto Einsteiner produced the beat so hard he evicted Pennywise from poverty. No wonder he won the Nobel Grammy Award for Physics almost 25 years back for his hit single called Photonic Disco Lights. Man had baddies in his day dancing without clothes in the sun for their glow-ups. Oppenheimer and the scientists listened to the beat and spat one of the coldest diss songs about the Japanese Empire I don't ever heard. Oppenheimer out here rapping, on this day history being made, I'm armed like blade, with the west coast against the rising sun, throwing shade. Them scientists were like, drop them singles now, it's time. And he did. Left no breadcrumbs above the counter.
After falling for 43 seconds, the time and barometric triggers started the firing mechanism. A uranium bullet fired down a barrel into a uranium target. Together, they started a nuclear chain reaction. Solid matter began to come apart, releasing untold quantities of energy.
His diss track called Little Boy debuted in Hiroshima, Japan, sold 140 copies the first day. How was that even possible for a newcomer like Oppenheimer? Them scientists streaming his song on radio went wild and told him it's raps for Japan, but Oppenheimer remarked that he traveled to the future. Saw how Kendrick bodied Drake 48 hours after Family Matters and Meet the Grams and decided to drop another diss song called Fat Man on Nagasaki 72 hours after Hiroshima. Nah, bruh. Oppenheimer was diabolical. When Fat Man dropped, both hits sold a total of nearly 250,000 copies after the first week. In today's time, that's like selling around 3.5 million copies in the first week. The week afterwards, they released the entire album called The Manhattan Project and debuted it #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and the Billboard 200. He stayed there for 12 successive years before he was overthrown by the flu pandemic in 1957. Thereafter, he announced his tour on TV with a quote that won Chris Nolan 7 Oscar awards.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
If I told Hood Lana Blakely about this, she would be distraught. Until then, everyone, I am the Moonly, and this is goodbye.